Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. This is the Voyager edition, or Voyager class version. And honestly, I thought this figure was going to be pretty cool. But once I got him in hand, he was even better than I thought. Honestly, I just can't stop messing with his robot mode. But we'll go ahead and start off with a quick look at the packaging. Here we have Sentinel Prime being all evil. There's the jet mode we never saw. Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1, Sentinel Prime. There we got Sentinel Prime. There we got more of that wraparound of the art. Legal jargon, logos, and our product shots. Got our one sentence bio, screen cap, and we get a little preview excuse me, of that attack mode. So there is that for the packaging. We also get this lovely instructions. So there is that. Now, this guy is both really fun and has some serious shortcomings in my personal opinion. Overall, I really do like him, but he kind of has the same issue as the Bumblebee leader Megatron, in that like 90% of his fun is in the robot mode. The transformation is and the vehicle mode feels a little thrown together. That's probably because like they didn't really have the vehicle mode in the movie, so I don't know. But overall, I do absolutely adore his robot mode. It's really great, lots of good articulation and a lot of fun features, which we don't seem to get as many of these like little feature gimmick stuff these days. There are a couple issues I do have with the robot mode, mainly being with this section of his chest right here. And I'm gonna show you real quick. The only thing that holds this into place is like this couple tabs right here. But the connection for that is mostly secure, but the elbow is so tight that when you turn it, this whole thing sort of tries to warp under it, so you kind of have to hold his bicep to turn his elbow. The other thing is the ball joints that attach the shoulders really bug me because of where they are positioned. They are right here at the bottom corner of his arm. So it makes for kind of awkward movement of the whole shoulder pad. It feels weird. It feels weird. But that's pretty much where my complaints really end. Otherwise, his Mobot mood is really good. He does have that battle mode, which really amps up the playability of the robot mode. I feel like we don't get enough of that kind of stuff anymore, with all the little hidden stuff and little features, even if it's not like electronic or spring-loaded. I feel like we don't get enough of that anymore. Usually it's like one, maybe two things, but this guy, you know, he's got a whole like fistful of little stuff. And he does come with some accessories, so we'll bring those out real fast. And he comes with the pink energy shield, which you can tab onto either arm. There's just this big clip that sits on his arm. It goes into tab slot like so. So you can have him protecting himself, I suppose. And then you also get these two You get these two blasters, which you can plug into this shield because they have the like 5mm port plugs. You can plug them onto the shield, and of course you can go there while he's on its arm. There are a couple other places you can plug these in. Obviously you can put them in his hand, so you can have him shooting there. They don't plug into the wings anywhere, which is a little surprising, but it's fine. One thing I think is interesting is that you can give him like the Seeker arm cannon look if you want. And I do believe they are blast compatible. So, yeah, they fit, but it's a really short peg. Let's see if it'll work with a smaller. No, not really. It's just way too short. I think it might actually be a little small too. You can almost squeeze it over. But, technically yes. But technically no. But yeah, you can put them in a few places. I think it looks interesting to have him with the ones on his arm, like a Seeker. So there is that. And the shield doesn't really store anywhere. I really feel like they should have put one of these clips on the nose cone here, the jet, because not only would it be back storage for the robot mode, but it would be storage for the jet mode too, because that's just the whole like front of the jet right there. So I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity that easily could have been done. There's even like a little molded area here that would be like the perfect place to put it. So I feel like that's a point against him too. But aside from that, we do of course get his battle mode, super mode, whatever you want to call it. So to get him to do that, and there's some cool tricks to this. First, these slide down over his hands, like so, to give him that hand cannon look. And it would be kind of nice if there was a way to, you know, blast effect this, but I understand why there's not, because his fists are literally just sitting right there. But then you flip these open and flip these forward and bring that back down. And that gives him some shoulder blasters. Then, if we come here to leg, this panel opens up. You can flip these out. And for some reason, this pops off a lot for me, but not all the time. And it's just a friction joint, so it's easy to pop back on. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, those sit like that. And then you take the feet and you bring his heel out, and you can flip out these thrusters. And for the instructions, it says to position his feet down like this, having the thruster out to the back. And then you can pull this part of his chest forward, pull his head back a little bit, and that'll let you stick your finger in and pull up this face mask like so. And the way that they've attached the whole face mask and everything to like this yellow piece that you can kind of see rotating in there allows it to move with him, both as his head rotates and during the transformation sequence, because his head does rotate for that. So I think it's really cool how they did that. But there you have him in his attack, battle, super mode, whatever you want to call it. And if you want, you can, you know, put the shield on him and give him the guns. Oop, that's not the right peg. So you do have some options for how you display that, and I think this is a really cool addition. I'm glad that they put that in with the Voyager, because it clearly there wasn't enough budget for this in like the Prime Changer, so I'm glad that they did do this with the Studio Series Voyager. But we'll do a couple of size comparisons here while he's looking his best, because I'm sure that's how he would want it. Let's see. I totally forgot to grab my Studio Series Orion packs. Oh well. Here he is next to Megatron / D16. And here we have him next to Prime Changer Sentinel. You can see he is much bigger, and he is definitely a darker shade of blue and he does have some more paint, it seems, like on the legs and whatnot. I do think I like the goldish bronze that they used on the Prime Changer a little more. It is a little weird that the shield here has paint, whereas this one doesn't, but I imagine they probably use more on the body, and that's why. But yeah. So there is that. And yeah, I totally spaced on grabbing my Ryan packs, and yeah, oh well, it is what it is. And just because I mentioned them earlier, I want to sort of talk about these guys. So, like, I find him in the category with these guys of characters whose robot modes are like 90% of the fun. Megatronus has a really good transformation though, so he's a little different. Let's get that spear in his hand. Popped out while I was trying to move him. But yeah, like these three all have really exceptional robot modes with plenty of articulation and some interesting gimmicks. But yeah, I think the really good articulation is really what sets these guys apart. The only real difference is this guy has crappy shoulders, whereas these guys have really good shoulders. But yeah, they all kind of fit into a similar check boxes kind of thing for me, in that their robot modes really just feel exceptional. But I just kind of wanted to discuss that very briefly. Anywho, I suppose now would be a good time to move on to transformation. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take his shield off here. And we do want to take these guns off of the shield as well. Oh, bumping the camera again, my bad. Man, where did I put that? Well, that's going to be a problem in a second. I had set some blast. Oh, there it is. Found it. I need these first. A second here. Anyway, we're going to fold these back in to his legs. We are going to take these heel thrusters and fold them down like that. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, you do get blast effect on the bottoms of his feet, and I believe the thrusters too? Yeah, you can use the thrusters as well, so you can definitely get some dynamic action poses with that. I definitely wanted to mention that. But yeah, going to straighten out his legs. We're going to fold these shoulder pieces back in and close that up. You probably don't have to really fold that in, because, you know, the whole thing rotates together, but I just do. And so I think that's it for what we got to put back. Anyway, now we're going to bring his legs together and tab them together. There's a couple tabs. Then we're going to separate his arms from his chest. Oh, I totally forgot. In the super mode, you're supposed to rotate these chest pieces off to the side, like so. Can't believe I forgot about that. Anyway, we're going to bring these off and down to the side. Rotate that head 180. And then this part does bother me a little bit. You bring the nose cone out and fold it over, and these tabs are going to go in right here. It sort of brushes against his face, so I'm worried that's going to scratch the paint over time. So I worry about that a little bit. Anyway, so his arms are going to tab into these little grooves on his legs, like so. The tab right here, it's like right here, it's going to go in there. We're just kind of set that there for now. Then for his wings, we're going to bring this whole assembly up on a double hinge. It's actually very snug. There we go. And then we're going to take this fin piece and you're going to pull it, and it's on this double armature, and you can sort of see that clips in there. But now you're going to bring it down and it's going to clip into that armature, and the armature is going to clip into this box here. We'll show it from both sides. And you're going to bring it down, clip it together like so, so that they look like that. Then you're going to bring this whole section down the rest of the way. Then you're going to bring the legs, and they're going to tab into these tabs, right? I think you can see them. Yeah. Just plug those together. Then the wings, as you bring them in, there's this little hook right here that's going to go under, and then this tab is going to go right here, like around his heel. So you got to bring it over and then push it down. Bring it over and then push it down. And that one's not going in all the way. Go in, go in. There we go. Okay. And then for the arms, now that they've come undone, push them back into place, like so. Then we're going to bring the arms, straighten them out, and again that doesn't want to stay in place. There we go. There is this is sort of hollowed out, but there is a little tab slot right here at the very end that's going to go over this tab right here on the wing, and that's just going to slide onto there and slide onto there. Then you fold these fins up, and there you have him in his Cybertronian jet mode. Hooray! And now we do have storage for his accessories. The shield does tab here onto this tab, and this is the back of his legs. And honestly, like I said, it should have been here under the nose cone, because that would be right here like this. But now it's back here like this, and that's the same with the prime changers, but I feel like it really would have looked better over here, or maybe there could have been like a circular peg here for that, but it is what it is. And for these, there's a square post that's going to go right here on the side. You can sort of see how it's shaped to go like that, and you just put those there like so. And there you have him all armed up as the jet mode. And they do, again, you can put these blast effect pieces in his thrusters to give him that flying around effect. And I do believe that you can put them on here as well, on the wings. Yes, on these sort of wing cannons. So, you do have some options with your effect parts, which is always nice. And now we'll do a couple size comparisons. So here he is with Studio Series D16/Megatron. And you can see there's a decent size difference here, you know, being a deluxe and a Voyager. Well, that's how they stack up. I should have brought my Alpha Trion in too. I have the Prime Changer Alpha Trion. I'm just being all sorts of forgetful today. But anyway, here is the Prime Changer Sentinel, and it feels a little weird to say this, but I think I strongly prefer the jet mode for the Prime Changer. It feels less, it feels like it's less of a robot under a jet on this one, kinda. Don't get me wrong, this robot blows this out of the water, but I think I really do prefer this jet. And like, isn't it a little weird that it kind of feels better painted too? Like, the guns are silver, and these guns are silver. These aren't even painted on this version. There's paint on the little shield. I mean, there are some, you know, changes to the... I don't know. I just think that this is a better jet for the two. Which is kind of weird to say, because this one's like $15 more. But... overall, still a great figure. And again, I think the robot mode, like, absolutely shines for this figure. But yeah, I think the itsy bitsy jet mode, or the prime changer, is better. It does really feel weird to say that, but I generally feel that that's a true statement. But that is my opinion. You are welcome to disagree. But we'll get him out of the way there. Not too much else to say. You can still sort of, if you take the shield off, you can still raise these up if you really want to. It does look a little funky, but you can. One thing I did notice, and I'm pretty sure this isn't intentional, but if you take this chest piece that hides the face mask in robot mode, and you fold the feet up, he kind of gets landing gear. So that's kind of neat. Makeshift landing gear. And yeah, I mean, I suppose you could also, you know, like take his arms and bend his elbows and do something like this. Give him a Gerwalk mode. It's more like when you're crawling around the bottom of a swimming pool, but hey, it's a thing you can do. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, I do like the jet mode. I don't hate it. I just think the other one pulls off the jet look better. But yeah, it's still a decent enough transformation, and the jet is not horrible by any means. Honestly, my biggest issue with it is just that shoulder chest section, because again, the elbows being a little tight could potentially cause breakage over time, and then just the placement of that ball joint bugs me. I really think it should have been more central, but it is what it is. But yeah, overall, still a cool toy, very fun, and again, I really love the robot mode and the battle mode. Really cool. I wish we got more like fun little gimmick things like that, where you know you have hidden guns and missiles and stuff. I feel like we don't get that enough anymore. Because yeah, usually it's like, hey, we have a gun and it plugs into their butt, and that's it. But yeah, overall, I do recommend this guy. I think I'm kind of torn between a 7 or an 8. I think maybe I should just draw at the middle and like say 7.5, because he does, again, as a studio series, there could always be more paint. I think everybody feels that way. I do feel that there are a few things that feel like they should be painted, like the guns on the wings, and you know, the fact that the shoulders are, I really can't get over those shoulders. These feel a little funky. I kind of wish there was a little bit more to them, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, I really think they should have put a tab for the shield here, because that would have looked a lot better, I think. You know, having sort of like a stabby ram shield here at the end would have been really cool. Or, you know, maybe it could have gone over the cockpit and been like a, actually pretty much fit really well right there, sort of like a cockpit shield or something. But it is what it is. I'm not Hasbro, so. But yeah, despite what probably feels like a lot of complaints, I really do like this guy. He is cool. And I definitely prefer this rendition of Sentinel to some of the other ones we've had. Dark of the Moon. Cough, cough, cough. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe making a video about some things I've noticed about Sentinel in regards to like centralized religion, but I'm not entirely sure if I should. I feel like that could be a hot topic in the wrong way, but we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, but I do overall enjoy this figure, and I would recommend him, especially to anyone who enjoyed the movie, which should be all of you. It was a great movie. Go watch it. But yeah, I think I'll wrap things up there for this review. So that was my review of the Studio Series Sentinel Prime, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.